A bull elk can add up to an inch of antler in a single day. He grows a rack that dwarfs any whitetail, drops it, and grows it all over again every single year. Almost nothing alive on this continent builds bone that fast, and most hunters have no idea how it actually works. So let's fix that, from the first nub of velvet to the day it drops. First, antlers aren't horns. A horn is permanent, an antler is bone, and a bull grows a brand new set every year, drops them, and grows them again, bigger. Imagine regrowing your leg bones every spring, only larger each time. A bull does it in about 5 months, and a big one lays down 20–30 pounds of bone doing it. While it grows, the rack is wrapped in velvet, and that's not fuzzy skin. It's living tissue packed with blood vessels, pumping blood, calcium, and phosphorus straight into the bone. On a bull, those antlers grow so fast you can almost watch it happen. Damage the velvet early in summer and the beam grows and crooked or short. Cut the supply line and growth stops cold. All summer, bulls run together in bachelor groups, up in the high country, all in velvet. There's no testosterone to fight over yet, so they tolerate each other and pack on weight and bone in the best feed they can find. Glass a basin full of velvet bulls in July, and you're looking at your September hit list. Once the velvet peels and the testosterone climbs, those buddies turn into rivals and the bugling starts. What runs the whole cycle? Not temperature, daylight. Longer spring days trigger growth. As the days shorten in late summer, testosterone surges, the velvet dries and peels, usually late August into September, and the bare antler hardens just in time for the rut. For elk, that rut peaks in September, and a hardened rack is both a weapon for fighting and a billboard for cows. That giant rack was built out of last summer's groceries. Antler is protein and minerals, and a bull has to eat every bit of it. Research on deer shows that doubling protein can nearly double antler growth, and a bull elk needs even more. That's why summer range quality matters so much. The best country grows the biggest bulls. And here's the wild part. A growing elk rack needs more calcium and phosphorus than a bull can possibly eat fast enough. So his body pulls minerals straight out of his own ribs and leg bones, ships them up to the antlers, and rebuilds his skeleton later. For a few months every summer, a bull is running mild osteoporosis on purpose, just to grow bone on his head. In a wild herd, you can't manage genetics. What you can affect is age, and elk take time. A bull doesn't hit his biggest antlers until around 9 to 12 years old, far older than most hunters think. A raghorn and a giant herd bull can carry the same genes. The difference is years of summers and groceries. The biggest thing for antler size in the wild isn't genetics. It's bulls living long enough to mature. So how do you judge a bull fast in the field? Don't just count points. Read the body. A young bull looks like a deer with antlers, thin neck, sleek body. A mature herd bull looks like a different animal. A thick, dark mane neck, a deep chest, a heavy, sagging belly, and a slow, swaggering walk. The body tells you the age the antlers can't. Then every late winter, he gives it all back. After the rut, testosterone crashes. At the base of each antler is the pedicle, and when the hormones drop, cells dissolve the bone right at that seam until the antler lets go. That's a shed. For elk, it usually comes in March and April, and stress moves the clock. A bull beat up from the rut or worn down by a hard winter can drop weeks early. And elk don't drop just anywhere. Most herds migrate, high summer country, low winter range, and they shed on that winter and transition ground, on south-facing slopes and feed grounds where they ride out the cold. That's why the same low ridges and benches give up sheds year after year. Find the winter range and you found the antlers. We measured thousands of these antlers, and the spread tells a story. A young bull's beam scores modest. A mature herd bull's single antler can dwarf a whitetail's entire rack, well past 100 inches on its own. Same animal, same mountains. The numbers the years on his feet in the summers of groceries we just walked through. And everyone started as a nub of velvet last spring. So why does any of this matter past trivia? Because every shed antler is a data point. Where it dropped tells you where that bull wintered. When it dropped hints at his health. Its size and age tell you about the whole herd. A shed is one of the only ways to read an elk herd without ever touching a living animal. That's real wildlife science, and the whole reason we built Shed happens. Find a shed, drop a pin, and our AI scores it, just like the bulls in this video. You get a record of your find, the herd gets counted, and the country we love gets a little easier to protect. Now get out there. The antlers are already growing, and now you know how.